very eventful week that began about this time last week on a Monday. Where are we with the latest now that we are hearing from the leader of opposition, Benson?
A very good afternoon, Samson. A very good afternoon to you. What happened today is the leader of opposition in Parliament, Honorable Betty Aolochan, did visit Gulu main prison to see the condition of the other members of Parliament who have been remanded at Gulu main prison, and as well as Member of Parliament elected Honorable Kasiana Wandri. And in the conversation, one of the things that they did raise, that they want justice to be, they want themselves to get justice, and besides that, they want the other members who are arrested together with them in a war to be released, and they should drop the charges of treason on them. But also one key thing that they argued the leader of opposition on was the role of Speaker of Parliament and Parliament itself, the other members of Parliament who have been remanded at Gulu main prison, and that's saying that this mandate, or the Speaker of Parliament, I beg your pardon, Samson, should take the mandate and responsibility to come even and visit them at Gulu main hospital, as well as go and visit Honorable Robert Chagulanyi. But I can tell you, Samson, from what I saw, the members of Parliament seem for now, they seem to be okay, but what they are looking for, probably to get justice, and they're hoping that this week they get bail. Again, when we went to the women's side, because last week, remember, there were two injured women who, one of them actually was bleeding through the private part, and when we tried to ask the prison authorities that I really wanted to see her as a journalist, when they told us they've been taken to a hospital for scan, and they're going to be brought back this afternoon. So that is it. They're demanding for justice, and they're putting in a position to really try as hard as possible to get them bail and lawyers who are going to present them. Back to you, Samson, in the studio.
Very well, thank you, Benson Angom, my colleague, reporting from the north of the country. Benson, of course, you will be on standby if anything does develop. We hope to be hearing from you. We are certainly taking a break, and when we come back, we're getting into the second and final part of this edition of NBS Live at 1. See you in a bit. Well, thank you so much for rejoining us. You're still watching NBS Live at 1. My name is still Samson Kasumba, with intentions still of joining my colleague Victoria Bagaya, who is in betwixt the city, and it is the reason is certainly because security in Kampala has been beefed up to manage pockets of demonstrations within the CBD, with supporters of Chedondo East Member of Parliament Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu protesting his continued detention and alleged torture. Let's just get over to Victoria Bagaya, who is, for very good reasons, dressed for the task ahead of her. Victoria, a very good afternoon. No surprises for guessing why you are smart, and let us in on what is happening where you are.
A very good afternoon to you, Samson Kasumba. I'm in downtown Kampala. I can assure you it's not business as usual here. The downtown is on a standstill. By the time we got here, there was a lot of police deployment. There was SFC, military police, and of course anti-riot police was also here. As you can see, people who are making their way to a safe place, they have to move while their hands are up so they cannot be arrested. As we speak right now, all the shops are closed. There's no business that is going on. This is not a Monday as usual, because this is a very busy place in terms of business, but all the shops are closed. When we got here, bullets were fired in the air. There was tear gas. Today, downtown Kampala, the protesters, of course, chanting that chanting people power. A synonym that we've got to hear a lot this week, and of course last week as well. Samson Kasumba, it is not business as usual here, as you can see.
In a sense, is there now calm, or is there a chance that these pockets of demonstrations could continue from your own assessment?
Well, as we speak right now, Samson Kasumba, now you can see more of the people moving on the streets. But by the time we got here, people had cleared. People actually had now finally, in different places. As you can see on the shop here, on the other side of the mall, Mukwano Mall, you'd see a bunch of people collected in groups as they hide in one place. But of course, we also saw police at one point in time seal off all entrances and exits as they try to arrest and make more arrests. And I can assure you, Samson, people have been arrested. As you can see, people people are actually struggling to enter into one gate because there's still a lot of police deployment in the area, and people are scared. People are moving when their hands are up in the air so that they not be arrested. And of course, later on, we also saw police caning people with serious sticks. There was serious Chiboko. You would actually think Chiboko squad has been revived. And of course, us as journalists were moving in one corner, we're moving in a cocoon so that we can survive not being part of the victims that are being arrested.
Well, let me let you continue with the work of covering that for us. Of course, those reports and more from around the country and a lot more news will be coming in our subsequent bulletins. That's Masengej at 7 and live at 9. We'll be at 9 with Solomon Serwanja and Mebotweg Miyazaki. But for now, the cancer run is back. This year, the run aims at raising funds for equipping the newly constructed cancer ward that's found at Nsambia Hospital. The run is due for the 26th day of August this very coming week, and it is sponsored by your great NBS television among other partners.
We're living in times where non-communicable diseases just like cancer are on the increase, and these diseases are silent killers, so we need our people to know what they are. And I know that there's lots of support in other diseases like HIV, like diarrhea, tuberculosis. And these that are not put on a lot of emphasis because they come slow and kill up quietly, we may really not have much to do. And then most importantly is if you get such disease like cancer early and you go for diagnosis, the management is easy. If you don't go early, the management is very expensive, and most of us can.
So women shouldn't sit back and not participate in checkups and not get information from the need and not know which health facilities supports, which doctors are on hand. All that information is with the cancer. Please come and participate, check yourself. And not only on that day, by the way, these activities continue. For example, at Sunday, this is done on a weekly basis.
It's also important that we also go out there and contribute in seeing that, we put up facilities, bring equipment, and those kind of things that can help Ugandans and other people who are at the risk of cancer, get treatment. This year, this time around, we invested over 100 million in promoting this event. We want to call upon as many people as possible to come and contribute this little money. It's 25,000, but we're saying while you contribute your 25,000 Uganda shillings, you're contributing it either for your sister, your brother, a friend, an uncle, cousin, or whoever it is.
Last Friday, sprinting up Kololo Hill, but I'm still good for 21 with a strapped hamstring. I'll certainly make it there. But away from that, the United Nations family in Uganda will this afternoon meet in Kampala to celebrate the life of the late Kofi Annan, the first black African to head the institution. Now, Kofi Annan passed on Saturday, aged 80, after a short illness, according to the foundation. Now, we want to catch up with Rosa Malango, the UN country coordinator in the country. She's making some statements. She is live, and we are live.
To help the people of Baghdad in a time of need, died as a result of a bombing on 19 August, which since has become World Humanitarian Day. I close with one of Kofi Annan's quotes. No one is born a good citizen. No nation is born a democracy. Rather, both are processes that continue to evolve over a lifetime. Young people must be included from birth. A society that cuts off from its youth severs its own lifeline. End of quote. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Resident Coordinator. I would like to welcome the guests who have come in.
Well, we thank God for the life of the late Kofi Annan, the first black African, one like ourselves, to head the United Nations there. We continue to keep our thoughts and souls with his family. And that brings us very much to the end of this edition of NBS Live at 1. Politics will come and go, but what you have to do as a citizen of this republic is to make sure you don't get caught in the mess. Keep your life, stay away from demonstrations, and let's just watch the processes go on with the courts. That is what should be done in all purposes and intent. What is certainly going to be coming and staying is lunchtime sports. And I can tell you one man willing to stay here for some time is Michael Chigozi. Michael Jebale. Arsenal yavudde mu kinnya nerabika bulungi nnyo. Era nagwe nabadde ngamba nti omuzannyi omuto w'omwaka guno amaze okulabika ye Mateo Genduzi. Kiwakanye okuwa emigojo.
Sebo. Engeri gy'oli naawe ssekanulya mu kiti kyo.
Omupya.
Omupya. Engeri gye tokyamulaba nnyo. Nfifa ndi abakuwakanya.
Mateo Genduzi naawe ndowooza omwagadde.
Akaviiri ako tekankola bubi naye omupiira.
Ate owe side yali abadde n'enviiri omulayi yakoze bubi. There's a story of two hairs. Ebyo nakale kabijje mu lunchtime sport mulindirire Michael Gikozi wali nnyo nze nange ndowooza lwaki sibamalira wano.